Hey, Steve Davis is here. He used to engineer those countless Sunday night shows at the Joey's when we did the live recordings. You got an interesting story about Rockin' John.
Well, I'll tell you what, you talk about the people that followed John and that listened to what he did, and I really got the feeling for that one snowy night, and you remember it well, too. It was a freak snow in March when we had 14 inches of snow, and the whole town was just about shut down. Somehow John Henry got broken down in his house, and I had to take the remote van and go get him. So I pick him up, and we're heading up this hill, and I mean, that van, we didn't have snow tires, wasn't four-wheel drive, it's stalling out. So we got that remote unit, and he went on the radio saying, hey, we're stuck. If anybody listening wants to hear the Smokehouse Blues, go on the air. You better come help me. And I'm telling you what, we had guys up there within 2.5 minutes ready to push us up the hill. And then, push us over the hill, and we're thinking, okay, well, so what? We're going to get there. Joey's, we're late already. I had to go get him, come back. The show's supposed to go 10 to midnight. Sure. We're going to get there at 11:15, and it's 14 inches of snow. I didn't see hardly car one on the street. I'm figuring this place is going to be dead. There's going to be nobody there. And I'm telling you what, he kept going on the radio, and I think he was a little more excited just because of the trouble that he was having trying to get on the air.
Sure.
He said, don't worry, we're on our way now. Stand by. We're going to have a great Smokehouse Blues. It's cold outside, but the music's going to be hot tonight. That's what he kept saying on the radio. And sure enough, we pulled into that place at 11:20, I think it was, and it was packed. You couldn't have pried another person in there with a crowbar.
Unbelievable. And nobody else could do that but John Henry.
Yeah. And they came out to see him and to hear the blues, and that's kind of what, in a way, that was one of the things that inspired me and got me interested in doing what I do in radio, as far as he did bring the live music to the station. We had a lot of live remotes. He was really the musician's radio guy, if you want to say that. And so we learned a lot of new tricks. Jim Smith and I were producing a lot of CDs and recording a lot of stuff in a lot of trucks. And I think really John was the one who really started all that. And even to this day, we still have music on the air, but I don't believe we would if it wasn't for what he started.
Exactly. When we started trying to do something on the program in the morning and wanted to bring some live music in, I mean, that was who we went to. I mean, when Jim gave us the okay to do it, it's like, well, yeah, we can do it here. And Steve had to come in every morning and wire up the mail room.
Which was half the size of this studio.
Oh yeah. Not big enough to cuss a cat in.
David Teagarden played drums on an oatmeal box one time. I have a quick story, and then I'm on a scat. I have a quick story about the depth of his knowledge, because I'm not sure. I mean, people around here say, "Boy, I really know a lot about music," but I don't think you know how much. Part of my job as the manager of the station was I went to a lot of the big national broadcasting conventions. And there was a company called Century 21 out of Dallas that did kind of the premier oldies formats for stations in Baltimore, New York, L.A., all over the country. And they had their oldies guru there. I can't remember his name. I wish I could. But we were standing there talking, and he was talking about how, he had this great record collection and that he knew all this about music. And I said, I believe I've got a guy in Tulsa could cut you. And he said, no, not in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He said, but I've got a test for you. If that guy really knows his stuff, ask him who did Vicious, Vicious Vodka.
Wow.
I whip out the cell phone, and I call John Henry. John Henry, I got a guy here challenging you. What's he want to know? You ever hear of a song called Vicious, Vicious Vodka? He told me the artist, the record label, the color of the label, and he had 2 copies of it in his collection. The guy just dropped.
Probably thought he was going to lose his job.
Wow.
Still job security.
There's a lot of people. I'm going to get off mic. Larry Schaefer's here. Everybody showed up tonight, and they've all have great stories. But I'll tell you, I had an opportunity to supervise. I guess it's just an awful light word for John Henry, but I got to sign his checks for 15 years, and he was, is, and will always be one of my favorites. And I'm just glad I had a chance to come and spend some time with you all and talk about him.